Cosmic compaction. Definition. I understand cosmic compaction as the attraction and union of star dust, particles, and larger bodies to end up forming orbital systems, such as atoms, stars, galaxies, etc. In the cosmos, the force of gravity, due to its characteristic of concentric action, begins from the beginning of time with the condensation of cosmic energy in the formation of matter, which in turn gathers into particles which will gather to form larger particles, bodies, and stars of all types and dimensions. Well, this union of material particles ends, at its highest level, with the formation of orbital systems, that is, nuclei with orbitals revolving around them. And of course, an incipient question would be, why does the accumulation of matter end with the formation of orbital systems? Well, because the cosmos as a whole demands and forces it, since they are necessary to maintain the average density, dA, of energy in the cosmos, total matter in the system, divided by the volume of the system. Well, for a general, though simplified, analysis, we will review the problem in simple and descriptive steps. First step. In this first step, we see how large quantities of small particles, when they are close, can be attracted by gravitational action, getting closer to each other and finally joining or condensing into a common body, which normally ends up forming an orbital system. Therefore, in the first step, we have a large quantity of small particles and star dust getting closer by gravitational action. Second step. Well, when enormous quantities of small particles are gathering very close to each other, it happens that in this grouping there is already an excess of accumulation of matter and energy in that place in space, and it breaks the cosmic balance of distribution and density of energy that the cosmos has as a whole. Consequence? As a whole, in terms of its density and pressure of total energy, it begins to exert expansion forces, antagonistic to gravity, which we will call magnetic forces. Well, these magnetic forces of expansion, together with the gravitational forces of compression, produce, for better balance, a rotation action on this entire accumulation of material particles, which are forced to an equatorial rotation, normally in the form of a disk, with a greater accumulation of particles in the center and a smaller one in the periphery of rotation. With this rotation, both of the gravitational and magnetic fields, two important consequences occur, such as a ns polar direction of rotation, and magnetic orbits over the equator whose extension and location will depend on the dimensions of the orbital system and the speed of rotation of this system. Because the explanation and reason for these equatorial orbits is very extensive, they are not included in this simple descriptive work on cosmic compaction. Third step. In this step, we have already analyzed a little the consistency of the positive orbits created around the central nuclei, when they rotate on themselves, spin. As we have said before, the reason for creating orbits in orbital systems is to achieve a greater total volume of the system and thus decrease the energy density that this system has. We have also said that the total volume of the system and the situation and definition of all the orbits is directly proportional to the mass dimension of the system and the speed of rotation of the central nucleus. That is, each orbital system defines its volume and situation of orbitals according to its total mass. Thus in the drawing we see how through the rotation of the entire system, the situation of the orbits is developed, as well as the dimension and mass that must be contained in the nucleus. Fourth step, drawing. It is possible that the magnetic orientation of the nucleus is inverted for better alignment with the orbitals. Well, once the core's dimension in terms of matter has been defined, as well as the situation of the magnetic orbits according to the total dimensions of the system, all the materials of both the core and the orbitals are condensed over time into compact matter, and following the magnetic organization of the system, they are balanced in terms of nuclear rotation speed, orbital rotation speed according to their mass and distance from the core, etc. And now we have a compacted, built and balanced orbital system, which can be an atom, a star, a galaxy, etc. That is, any orbital system in any of the different cosmic levels in which the cosmos is structured through the fourth dimension. Thank you very much for your attention.